Hey guys, this is Camfrey15, and I'm joined by my co-host, the Red Wolf.
What's up, guys? Once again.
Yes. We are back with another Fire Force Season 2 review, where I'm guessing we get the end. I don't know what you call this arc, but I'm going to call it the Eighth versus Hajime versus Evangelist arc. Because this is the episode where it brings the end of this, again, what I might say is I think the third mini arc we've gotten in this series so far, in the season. So we had the first arc to start off the stuff with the whole introduction to Trash's character. The whole revelation about Amaterasu little arc, with the mole guy, I totally forgot his name. Then the Nataku arc. And then next week, it seems like it should probably be the final arc of the season, which might, I guess, center around our sister Iris.
I'm actually really excited about that one.
Yeah, we'll talk about that near the end of the video. But yes, this is the final episode to this little mini arc here, and I thought it was a pretty good episode, and it definitely, ended on, I guess, a way where it progresses the story and, things are fine.
Yep, I guess. Not exactly the way I expected it. Why do animes always do this to me? They make me hate one character for a while until I see a side of them that makes me kind of respect them a bit.
Oh, yes, of course.
Why do animes always do that to me?
I don't know. Anyways, we're gonna start this review off, and we're gonna start the review off in the way of, well, it's the same thing. Obviously, Arthur's still doing his stupid sword thing that he was picking off from last week, but yeah, Nataku and the giant infernal body. Let's just say he's getting much more powerful, and he just can't stop himself. Like, legit.
Poor guy.
To the point, Shinra tries to do the same move he started the season off, which is, I forgot the move he called it. It was like something kick.
Shinra... something kick.
Yeah, it was something kick. He tries. It was legit the same animated move from the very first episode when he kicked the giant infernal. This time it had no effect to, if much of anything. It didn't do any real damage because Shinra's like, this thing is too damn hard. And then this is when we get an Abdullah link with Shinra and Nataku. Now Nataku's like, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Now, this is when we get into the flashback and the, I guess you could say, backstory or origin story of Nataku and how, I guess you can say, he became to be before the whole Hajime stuff. Now, when he was younger, I'm guessing the kid was probably like a, straight A student, always getting 100s on his test and stuff like that.
It's showing him that one time he got all complete straight A's and stuff until it cut to that one scene where he only got 80 something.
87 on a science test.
And it shows his mom I don't know, when am I gonna tell your dad and all that stuff.
Yeah, disturbed, they say his dad's a doctor here, and I'm guessing the aspiration is they're trying to force their kid into being something like a doctor. And now he later says this later on in the episode, but we'll talk about that. The reason why he got the way he went, where he went kind of batshit crazy essentially. Yeah, he essentially, because of it seems like his life kind of went out of whack. And that's when his mother kind of just hammered in this whole thing of, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, over and over and over. And plus, it doesn't help with the fact that you got freaking Rekka in this dude's head, essentially saying the same thing, but in more of an insane type of way. And I'm watching this part, I'm like, it's like they're making him, it's like his parents or his mom is making him like a damn robot. And fun fact, they cut to one thing, I don't know if it was brought in the backstory, but they show his face like legit roboticized. And I was like, oh, so he is like a robot. Well.
Why are parents so twisted?
Yeah.
And what?
Anyways, it cuts back to the present time. Well, they're still in the Abdullah Link, and Nataku's like, get out of my head, damn it! You're not gonna do nothing! You're not gonna help me! I'm strong, going on this tirade, and then you think things could get any worse? Holy shit, this man's trying to blow up the entire city to gain the gum!
Yep.
Literally, you see trash see it before her eye, and essentially, she's like, well, you know, it seems like there's going to be a crater of about 500 kilometers if this blast hits. Which, let's just say, that covers a lot of ground if you want to do your measurements. Which, you know, her protector is like, oh, so that means despite us running, we're screwed. And I'm like, well, shit, they're all going to die. And you just see the hectic. One, the radiation is getting like freaking high in scale because it's this big freaking magma circle thing that's literally flying into the air. Like, I guess you could say some kind of, it reminds me of the one fairy tale device, like their kind of nuke. Etherion Cannon, I believe that's what it's called.
Yeah, I believe that was the Etherion Cannon.
Yeah, it's like that from Fairy Tail, if you've ever seen that show, or that anime. And this is when we get legit one of the badass moments in Fire Force history. And to say it was from fucking Charon, or Charon, or whatever you want to call him, bruh, what the hell, man? Okay, we thought this guy was like OP, but this guy is OP.
Mm-hmm. The way he sent that thing all the way to the moon.
Bruh. Okay, well, one, it's crazy enough that he's protecting Shinra. Now, his whole thing in this episode is, it doesn't matter what side a pillar is on. I must protect all of them. Because that's his job, essentially. Even though, okay, you can kind of find it weird at the same time. But Nataku does, I guess you could say, his nuke, which looks like everybody gives a shock, like, oh shit, we're fucked. And that's when Sharon kind of does the whole, you know, type of thing, I'm gonna send it back right at you. And he literally blocks this entire thing. Now I'm like, oh my goodness. Is this guy gonna like maybe reflect it and go out in style? No, he still lives from this. Shockingly. Now it does cut back to a nice little, I guess, flashback with him and a younger or kid Himeya and stuff like that, which kind of adds to the fact that it's his job to protect the pillars. Stuff like that, which gives him the inspiration to keep fighting on. You can also kind of see his little bandana type of thing that covers his eye rip a bit. You don't see what his eyes truly look like, but you see like, you know, the silhouette of his eye. And essentially he sucks in the power, or he absorbs the power in, and then he lets it right back out. And it, like Denzel said, it flies into the moon, literally leaving a damn crater in it. Now, I thought they would go the Dragon Ball Z route where they just blow up the moon entirely, but
yeah, I legit thought that the moon was gonna get completely blown off the face of the earth, but it wasn't as big as I thought it would be.
Yeah, then it said it would be like 500 kilometers, so it's not that big. It just made another gigantic ass crater on the moon, which what we see later on in the episode. The only difference between Fire Force and Dragon Ball in this instance is there would be no Dragon Ball to bring the moon back.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so then that's when, you know, Nataku's like, motherfucker. Essentially, that's what he was saying. And then that's when Kurono kind of comes in and finishes the job. And One by one, he takes out each body part of the giant Inferno, which shows how strong this guy is. In one strike, he takes down an arm, a torso, another arm, and literally rips Nataku right out of the freaking whatever's left of the giant Inferno's body. And stuff like, this guy's hella strong.
That's an understatement.
So yeah, now this is when we kind of get the real reason, because what Kurono kind of says here is, listen, just stay weak, damn it. Essentially, it's his way of saying, you know, I'm here and it's okay. Essentially what he was trying to say in a kind of weird way.
Kind of.
Are in a way to comfort Nataku. And essentially the reason why Nataku's, you know, kept going on the whole I can do it tirade is just from the aspect is he felt like he didn't want to let his parents down, and he was terrified if that were to happen, how they would react. And you could kind of see that, and you can kind of feel for the kid. You know, that's like anybody, it's like a real life thing. You know, you don't want to disappoint your parents and, you know, bringing home an F. You know, obviously they're going to be mad at you for bringing home an F, but I don't think you'd be like, oh, get out of my damn house. You're worthless.
Please, I hope not.
God, please, I hope not. And, you know, he even said it. It's like, it didn't help with the fact that Rekka was up in his head, just influencing it much more and more. But, Kurono says, like I said, the same exact words in a way to comfort him, make him feel better. And, yeah, so, it resolved the issue. Charon sees this, he's like, huh, it seems like the Six Pillars in good hands for now. And I guess for now, the Evangelists retreat by leaving Kurono and Hajime in Nataku's hands. Now, Inka gives, I can't believe I said her name, but she gives her typical creepy ass Halloween type of guy mask, a weird smile, by saying, we'll be back for you later. And I'm like, no one asked you.
She's completely, oh my, you're right, she is a lost cause.
First things first, she did absolutely nothing in this arc.
Ish. Other than just make things
worse. Oh yeah. In fact, I totally forgot to miss this in last week's review, but I did like the part last week where they were treating Nataku like a damn basketball.
Oh my god, I thought you would never point that out.
I legit, when I was going through my review, just watching it, I remember that. I was like, oh wait, damn it, I totally forgot to make a mention of the fact that they were passing him around like a damn freaking either capture the flag or a basketball. More like a basketball, so they were throwing him around all over the place. And there were sometimes they were like, that was hilarious. I will give it credit. That was funny as hell. The kid's just like, what is going on here?
Oh, leave the poor kid alone.
So, yeah. So, anyways, after that happens, we find out the casualty report is 32 people died. Probably all thanks to the Evangelists.
For Hajime.
That too. Now, publicly, they considered it as an accident regarding an Odella burst experiment. Ha ha ha. Even though that's technically true. Now, anyways, Captain Obi, Shinra, and Licht are gonna have a meeting with Mr. Game Boy. In other words, aka President Hajime. Legit, dude's playing Game Boy like 24/7 in this show.
I'm mixed after hearing what he has to say. I'm mixed emotions right now about him.
Well, hey, he's in Japan. He's in Japan. So Nintendo originated in Japan, so it makes sense he would have a Game Boy, even though it doesn't say Game Boy on his thing. It's just a thing that resembles the very, very first Game Boy ever made.
What is the first Game Boy ever made?
That's what it's called. The Game Boy.
Okay.
Anyways, essentially what President Hydra like, listen, because everything that happened, listen, how about this? So I don't have to do things like this. Like, he brings up the factors of what he's gonna do. He's like, listen, I've already pressed charges on Shinra and Lit for one, invading my damn company and freaking messing up the place. Two, you do not want to make an enemy of me because I'll make your lives a living hell. What else does he say? Oh, three, he's also gonna say he's gonna like not kill Lit because of it, and then four, you know, he kind of says like, I will continue to do these child experiments, but let's just say not as harsh as, you know, as bad as they were. Which I'm like, okay, I guess it's a fair deal in order just to work with you to take down the evangelist, because essentially the whole conversation is this. President Hydrama's like, listen, you saw that the evangelist messed in our business and tried to hurt us too. So it shows that we have no connection to them, which he's not lying there. So I guess he did have a point, and even at this point I was watching this and I'm like, you might as well just make the alliance for now. If they turn their back on you, then you'll have them, and then you can go forward with that. But stuff like that. Now, this is when they go on to say, they ask him like, do you know in Amaterasu there's a person, a sacrificed person in there? And the dude's like, yeah, I know. And this is when Shinra starts to get heated. He's like, what the hell is going on here? And then he even asked him, he's like, so what are you going to do about the Abdullah experience? Or Shinra asked him, like, well, then why were you experimenting on Abdullah Burst? He's like, oh, so we can make a second Amaterasu. And I'm like, what? So we get revelations here that Hajime was trying to make a second one, just to feel the people and stuff like that. Now the president, he goes on to say like, you know, if we make another one, you know, we can have more energy for the people. And he's like, are you trying, and he challenges Shinra. He's like, what, are you trying to take my energy from me? And stuff like that. Shinra's, he's on the side like, why do you have to have these sacrifices? Obviously, it's to apparently power the city and stuff like that. And I'm guessing if nothing's powering Amaterasu, just like a blackout here in the real world, I'm guessing that would happen there, which I'm guessing in this civilization does not have nothing to do with electricity. So that's another thing I took away. Is that something you took away from that? That they just don't have maybe electrical power?
Apparently.
Yeah, now this is when Vulcan kind of burst in and essentially tells the president, he tells President Hajime that he wants to build something that kind of make sure it's like it doesn't require something that regards it to human sacrifice and stuff like that. Which earlier the president's like, "You're a fire soldier. Wouldn't you want to sacrifice your life to save, like, say, he said like 15 million lives?" And I'm like, that's good and all dandy, but I don't think one life is worth 15 million. And heck, even Obi's like, listen, you could probably even save even more people than 15 million. I guess, what were your thoughts on that part when he's like, so Shinra, would you sacrifice your life for 15 million lives?
Nope.
You got any thoughts?
I just want to know what happens next, man. I just want to know what happens next.
So yeah, anyways, you know, Vulcan, as the last few minutes of the episode, or the last few minutes of the episode wrap up, Vulcan tells President Hajime to his face, like, it doesn't matter, you can give me anything you need, and I'll do my best to try to fix something that will power this city other than a human sacrifice. Then President Hajime's like, okay then, you got yourself a deal. Fine, we'll back you then. And, you know, so it seems like there's going to be a, I guess, coalition between the Company 8 and Hajime. And it also seems like, you know, I'm guessing this is going to be Vulcan's little side story here of making something, I'm guessing making something electrical to power the entire city. So then the last few minutes of the episode, or the last minutes of the episode, regards Kurono and Nataku. And it's before they go in to do more of their training sessions. Well, one, Nataku, it seems like he's starting to get better control of his fire powers, or his pyrokinetic powers, just barely. He still needs to work on them more.
Your camera froze. Your camera froze.
Hold on. All right, okay, sorry for that, guys. Sorry for that. One, I'm finishing the last bit off because you were legit at the end of a review. My laptop just shut off, and yeah, it had to reboot itself. But anyways, yeah, the episode kind of ends off with Kurono and Nataku essentially look like they're about to get into their training session, and then, you know, or Kurono just essentially like, please don't go too hard on me, please. And then you have, you know, Nataku look up to him, all happy as stuff like that, and that's where Nataku's story ends off. And I liked where they took his character. He's a character that still needs to grow because he is a child, but he does have a fatherly type of inspirational figure in Kurono. So yeah, but next week, it seems like we're gonna dive into something regarding Iris and her connections to the Holy Soul Temple. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, that's really it. So other than that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. So if you guys liked the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts on the video, or your thoughts on the episode, as well as hit the subscribe button to get more Fire Force content. So yeah, other than that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day. So till then, guys, peace.